I have a 2016 Volkswagen Transporter, guys, and I have a man going to convert it to a crew cab. So just, I don't know, in cases of any assistance to anyone, set of seats here, but I'm not going to go after the seat belts right now. Maybe it'll follow on the rest of the video, but for now what I'm showing is I'm fitting seat belts is my initial problem or focus. Just going to show, right, the actual seat belts themselves are off of a Caravelle or something like that. The seat belts, the actual anchor points are there. So you can see where the anchor points bolt goes in here and into the seat belt itself. What I didn't have is up top the anchor point here. So what I've done is if it's of any assistance to anyone, I got a wire, just a normal wire off a car. I picked a spot, I measured down, I only guessed, if the truth be told. And what I done was I drilled a hole in a position that I thought was kind of nice, roughly vertically above where the seatbelt bolted in here, and drilled a hole. When I drilled a hole, what I done was I got a wire and I tied a knot on the wire. Do I have the knot on this still? No. I tied a knot on the wire and I fed the wire from this side in and down, and I got my wire down here. These covers come off actually, so you can see there's that little cover just pops off quite easy. I fed the wire down, and once I fed the wire down, what I done then was I dropped down in size. So the bolts off the actual seatbelts are so big, but I dropped down in size. I went down to a normal 10mm bolt, so that's a little bit smaller. Then what I done is I done a little bit of fishing, and it's only just, I can't tell you where to get these. I actually just found them in a box that I had. I have these little things that will sit in on the bolt. You can see that the bolt hole is a little bit, dare I say, a little bit loose. There's not much in it, but there's a little bit in it. That's not going to bother me, because when I squeeze it, I'm going to squeeze in these shims, and the reason the shims are there is to allow this piece to swivel when it's bolted on up here. But anyway, what I done is I sent in the wire, I sent it down, I put a nut, the 10mm nut, on the end of the wire, and then I tied another knot in it. So I'm going to take out this. This is only, yeah, there's the knot. So the knot was, or is there. The knot stopped the wire from falling in all the way. And then when it came down here, I put on the nut on it, I tied another knot, make sure the knots are well and big, and I put some chemical metal on the end of the nuts. Can't show you because I have both of them actually stuck in there, but I put chemical metal on the end of the nuts, and then I pulled the wire, which brought the bolt back up, and you can actually see that the bolt is just stuck in there with the nut, is just stuck in there with chemical metal. Okay, hope it's of some assistance maybe, and that'll get the top anchor point. The bottom anchor point I'm going to, for the belt, is here as it's shown. I'm going to use this harness point as the bit to hold the bottom of the seatbelt. That's him. So I'm going to have only 3. 1, 2, 3, and have them on both sides. Okay, it's going to be quite easy. So 1, 2, and 3. Again, same thing on that side. I cut the wire to take it out of this side, but I put a knot on the wire, sent it from the top in first, fished it down, pulled it out, nut on it the way I needed it turned, chemical metal on the base of the nut, and then pulled it back up with the wire sticking out through it. Then I brought it down and I just tied it into place just to hold the nut tight in there. So it's only stuck on with chemical metal, but there's no locking tabs or anything on the nut, so there's no big resistance in there. And once I squeeze them up, they're in and tight. And as I said, there's a washer on it, and the washer is part of the nut, but it's far bigger, you know, it's sticking over a long shot to make them nice and safe as a good anchor point. Hopefully that's going to help. And I'll go on to the seats maybe in a little while, alright? But for now, that's what I'm showing is just my anchor point for me front set of rear seats. Screwed in that one, so it gives us movement. And just to show, in case you saw it a second ago, it's the standard covers that I have, but what I've done is, it's not anyway fancy, I just picked the width of the seatbelt. I drilled in 4 holes and then I just nipped out the little edges with a small angle grinder. I probably went in a bit more from the back where you can see the marks of the small angle grinder disc, but it's only just to give me, dare I say, a bit where the seatbelt will come out of, but it's quite easy and tidily done then as well, okay? So just that hole for the belt to come out through. Just to show what it kind of looks like when it's done. Caps wire on the bolt that was holding the anchor points, the hole in the bit of cardboard, the top thing stuck on, belt, they're running and out, quite nice. Same on the far side, it's nice and clean and tidy as well, okay?